Hey everybody, it's Ian the Kilter Crafter. I hope you're having a great day today. Oh man, this is really washed out. Sorry. Welcome everybody. If you're catching this on the replay, this is the part of the show where I just kind of stall, waiting for notifications to go out on YouTube. This was a very unexpected, unplanned, everything for a live, and I figured I would just go live and do some crafting today since I haven't done that a while. I haven't done that in a while on my channel. I'd love to show you my face, but I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm still trying to figure out how to frame my shot so that way you don't see a whole bunch of nothingness out back behind me. I am here, I promise. There we go. We're bringing the levels down a little bit. This camera is, I think the blue is throwing it off. But anyways, so we're just gonna wait a few minutes and wait for people to arrive. If you are here, make sure to say hello in the chat so that way I know that you're around and hanging out with me this afternoon. Again, this was all unplanned, just thought I would go live. I haven't worked on a card in a while and thought, why not just go ahead and do it live? So I apologize that there were no notifications or any warning that I was going to be going live this afternoon. So hope you come in and enjoy hanging out with me. Before we get started, I did want to show off my latest project, at least the back side of it. This is the Are You Game quilt from Cotton Cuts, and I absolutely love the quilting pattern that I found for it. I worked on this last weekend and put the binding on and everything last weekend, but it's turned into a really cool quilt, and I'm hoping to get some really great photos of it. Hopefully later today, maybe tomorrow, or sometime soon, and I'll make sure to post those up on my Instagram, so make sure to go follow me over on Instagram and leave a comment or two. Also, if you're here on replay, make sure to let me know if you like watching my live videos or if you like my shortened, condensed, pre-edited videos. That is important information to me and helps me decide what types of videos you want to see here on my channel. So, love how this came out, and I can't wait to get some really good photos of it. But for today, I'm going to throw this behind me really quick. For today, you may have seen me work on this card. I'm very thankful to Kathy Zilski. She created a wonderful Pride set of stamps and dies in coordination with Simon Says Stamp. I was able to get the stamps ahead of time for the release, and I was so excited about that. And I put together this project that you see right here. I'm going to check really quick and make sure that all my settings are correct because I don't see anyone, and I'm really worried that it says it's public. So hopefully there is somebody out there. All right, so it looks like there's somebody out there, and it does look, I was worried for a moment that I had accidentally left this stream as private. That has happened before, so I was really worried that I had done that. Anyways, so I put together this card. It came out great. I love this new stamp set. It is so much fun. I love the stamp set because it has 3 different flags that you can use to represent all sorts of different communities within the LGBTQ plus community. We have the rainbow, the happy and celebrate that work with the pride, so proud to stand with you, I love who you are, love is love, a heart, you are loved, we love you so much, love is love, and I love that I love love. I like that there are 2 different love is love fonts, so that way you kind of have the more graphic and bold, and then you also have kind of this cursive one down here, love that. You have the hands forming the heart, he, him, she, her, they, them. Love the inclusivity of this stamp set. Almost tripped over my words on that one. And then, of course, the community hands with hearts. So lots of fun. I did purchase, so I was given this stamp set, but I did purchase the dies that go along, the coordinating dies that go along with it, because y'all know, if y'all haven't been here very long, I hate fussy cutting, and so I had to get the die set as well to go along with it. And then Kathy was kind enough and sent me the Pride die cut as well. So got lots of fun stuff to work with today. I don't know what I'm doing, to be honest. I just figured I would go live and I would figure it out as we go along. I also have been seeing a lot of people using all sorts of glue tubes. So this is the Gina K Designs Connect glue. I've seen a lot of different people using this, so I wanted to give this a try. because I can't seem to get my tips of my art glitter glue or any of the or glossy accents. They always seem to clog up. So I really wanted to try something new and see if I like it. So anyways, we got all that going on today. You may or may not have seen that one, and now we're gonna just create something else. Again, if you're here, say hello, chat with me, because that's the best part of going live, is being able to chat with my audience live and all of my friends, so please make sure to say hello. All right, so I think the first thing that I'm gonna do, I have some Neenah Solar White 110-pound cardstock. I think the first thing that I need to do is go ahead and cut this cardstock down to an A2 sized, wait. I've been out of crafting so long. It is an A2 size card, right? Yeah, that's what it is, A2. I'm gonna cut this down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I say always, I do mostly vertical cards, so that's what we're gonna cut out today. 4 1/4. Right there, and then I put this down here. Like I said, this is Neenah 100. Wow, this is Neenah Solar White 110 pound. Wow, could not spit that one out. All right, I'm gonna grab my scoreboard over here. I also got some new microphones as well, which is really awesome because they're wireless. So even if I need to go traipse into the other room to grab some more materials, I can do that because I have the wireless mic on. All right, so we cut it at 4 1/4. This is going to be 5 1/2, top folding, just like that. I'm going to fold it over. Do that really quickly. I think I might need to get a Teflon bone folder because this one is good, but it does leave marks on my paper. Like you can tell whenever I fold it over and then try to smooth it out, it does tend to leave some marks on the surface. It's not very visible. It's really hard to see unless you're looking for it, but I know they're there and that's what bothers me. All right, so let's go ahead and I'm going to set the other one off to the side. And I'm going to start choosing what I want to do today. I don't know what I want to do, to be honest. I have some papers behind me that I just kind of brought out from my crafty storage. Oops, I just took that out as well. Let's see, does this fit? Ooh, this is kind of cool. I kind of like this. Because if you go this way, it hangs off the edges a little bit, it looks like. Yeah, it kind of hangs off the edge a little bit. So I kind of like it at this angle. Now let me show you some of the papers that I got today. I just grabbed these because I do think I want to use this shadow layer for behind the Pride. So I have this holographic paper. This is from Aaron Lee Creative. This is cardstock, and it is a holographic, super bright, super rainbowy, a lot of fun. So I have that available. I got this paper pack from Daiso, and it has all sorts of different, whoops, what is this? Oh, this is some heat transfer vinyl that apparently got stuck on there, so we're gonna put that over there. As you can see, there are different kind of rainbow colors to choose from, so I could do one of these if I wanted to, kind of do some subtle background. Or there's always some good old glitter scraps. Glitter paper from Crazy Creations. This is my favorite glitter paper. It is just so bright. It's like microfine. It doesn't come off on your fingers. I love it. It's got this really great shine to it. So there's a lot of different things that I could do today for that. Haven't decided what I want to do. So actually I'm going to use the shadow layer. So I could put it in the center like that if I wanted to. We have the rainbow. I could do like that. And then the heart down here. I feel like this is getting a little too crazy. Like there's too much going on. And I kind of want to see if maybe I want to simplify it. I don't know. I never know. Maybe the hands. I don't know. I really want this pride on there. Maybe I should have done a slimline. Slimline might have been a better choice. Hard to say. Hard to say. All right, so what do I want to do? I'm thinking. I could always use the stamped pride instead. I don't know. This is the fun part of designing. If I go this way, it fits on nicely. So maybe I should do this instead. Ooh, I kind of like that. And then if I did the rainbow up top like that, kind of make it a simple card. Ooh, I kind of like that. Let's go grab another piece of paper since I need to do a landscape card instead of a portrait. I don't know if y'all can hear me. I walked away from the receiver. It might be having a difficult time going through. I had to walk into the other room. And I don't know if y'all can actually hear me whenever I walk into the other room. All right, so let's cut another piece of paper. So last time I did it at 4 1/4, so this time I have to do this like in my head. So it should be cut at 5 1/2 instead. Is that right? That looks right to me. So let's cut it at 5 1/2. It gives us 2 equal parts. And I'll grab my scoreboard again. And this time, instead of 5 1/2, we're going to go 4 1/4. There we go. Try to even that up like that. Do it again on this one. It's kind of freaking me out that no one's here. I mean, I know it was unplanned, so usually I have somebody pop in and say hello, but maybe it is still private. I don't know. I'll find out once I publish this one, right? Okay, there we go. All right, so now we have our shadow layer. That's going to go on there like that. We're going to put our rainbow on top. Yeah, I like that. Clean and simple, right? That's the way to go. All right, so let's do some die cutting, I think. Oh, no, let's do stamping first. Let's stamp. So I'm going to move this out of the way. I'm going to grab, oops, I forgot to grab regular white cardstock. So let me grab some of that. Let's see here. I think I have a lot of extra pieces. I have some heavy cardstock, but I need the lighter cardstock. Yes, this one. Probably have to go get some more in a moment. Anyways, all right, so let's grab the stamp. Ooh, this package is sticking to it. There we go. And I'm going to grab my Tim Holtz stamp platform. So I'm going to stamp this out. All right, so got this put in my Tim Holtz stamp platform. I'm going to close the door and I'm going to grab some ink. And I think I'm going to do Copic coloring. So in that case, I'm going to use my Memento Tuxedo black ink to do that. Oops, let's get that lined back up again. And I feel like my Memento is a little dry. So we might have to stamp this a couple of times. Probably should have put that a little closer inwards, but I think it'll be okay. Yeah, it needs another go. There we go. Make sure that's put back in place. This one should do it. Yeah, that looks pretty good. All right, so I'm going to pull that out. I'm going to clean off my stamp, grab some baby wipes. Whoops, I'm just tearing everything up today. All right, there we go. Clean off my stamp. Hope you're having a great Saturday afternoon. It should be almost afternoon for everyone. I think the West Coast still has about an hour left. Hey, Kathy, there you are. Good to see you. I am making a Pride card today using the You Are Loved stamp set from Kathy Zilski. I'm going to grab my Copic markers. I think they're in this drawer. I'm having a hard time remembering which drawer has what thing in it. There it is. All right. So I have my Copic markers. So we have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Perfect. So we, of course, start off with the red. This is not going to be anything fancy. It's just, I mean, I don't have that many Copic colors, Copic markers to begin with, so it's not going to be anything like super, super fancy. It's literally just going to be throwing on some color. There are some really amazing color artists here on YouTube that can teach you a million different things on coloring. I am unfortunately not that person because first of all, Copic markers are very expensive, especially if you want to build up a whole collection. Oops, kind of got some red into the orange, but that will be fine. That's the other thing, is it's really hard for me to stay within the lines a lot of times. I like these brush tips, but it can be hard. Be really hard. By the way, I think this is 60-pound Recollections paper. I have a whole drawer of just white paper that I grabbed from. All right, there we go. So there's our red. Now we need to move to orange. And I think I want to use this one. And this one, what is this? YR68 is this one. It's interesting how the caps can tell you information about these markers. So YR means yellow, red, which obviously is where we get orange from whenever we mix yellow and red. But the numbers mean something. The first number means one thing, the second number means another. It's not sequential. I always find that interesting whenever I found that out. I was like, wow, that's new information to me. There we go. And as you can see, the red got pushed back mostly into its little area, so that's always nice. That's the good thing about Copics, is you can kind of manipulate them a little bit where they get pushed back into where they're supposed to be just by putting the next color down. Let's do close up. There we go. Forgot I had that capability, everyone. Sorry about that. Anyways, so I'm going to keep continuing to put my yellow down. This is Y15 or Y15. Just going to keep going through the different colors. Oops. Trying not to... I don't want to leave any white spots, and I don't want to end up going over areas that I shouldn't. This is G05. Is this right? Red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Yes. I had to think about it for a minute. Roy G. Biv. Just remember Roy G. Biv. Ooh, this marker's getting dry, it looks like. I need to buy a refill for it. I can see it on the nib. Yeah, this one's getting less juicy, as some of the artists out there say. I think I used this one to do grass one time, and I did a lot of grass, and so a lot of the ink got used up. But it happens. All right. As you can see, I kind of got a little out of the lines there. But the next one is blue. And this one is B24 or B24. B4. And we're just going to do the same thing again. Ooh, this is not as dark as I would have liked it to have been. But I think it'll be okay. I think it matches the other colors all right. So we're not... Because, you know, there's like families of colors. And so you can get some colors that really work well together. Yeah, this works. This works. Because if I went with this blue right here, look how dark that cap is. It's really dark, and I feel like it would be too dark for this color family. I think it's working out well the way it is. So that's fine. And then lastly, purple. I'm going to jump. I have two different markers. So these are from Daiso. These are not Copic markers. These are from Daiso. I have two different ones. There's a violet blue and a lavender. And these have bullet nibs to them. And I'm off the camera so that way you can't see, but I have two different markers. I've got to choose which one. Oh, I think my darker one, my violet blue, I think is going to work better for this. I'm going to use that one. Now, in the past, this one has caused my stamping to kind of bleed a little bit. I'm not exactly sure why. I know it's probably because these markers are not Copic markers. They're not maybe the best quality. They get the job done. They do what I need them to do. But I think they might mess with the stamped ink a little bit. So I don't want to use too much. I want to make sure that I'm kind of using it a little sparingly, to be honest. There we go. That purple is a little too dark, but I didn't have anything in between, so it'll work. It's not a big deal, I don't think. So there's our rainbow. Let me throw my Copic markers off to the side. All right. So there's the rainbow. Let's go ahead and start doing some die cutting. And where did it go? Here it is. I have my die cut machine set up behind me. Let me grab my purple tape. Now everybody, I've been seeing a lot of crafters like on their lives or in their videos, they're using this new, it's like a transparent purple or yellow tape, and I'm wondering if that is any better. So if you've had experience with that, let me know down in the comments, because I have not used it yet, and everybody seems to be switching over to that, because for a while it was this purple tape, and then everybody switched over to that. I need some more white paper, because I'm going to do the Pride outline in white, so I'm going to grab some white. There we go. All right, so I'm going to do it in white, and I think I'm actually going to die cut it a couple of times. So I have my white paper. Let's zoom back out again. There we go. So I've got my rainbow all taped up. I'm going to put this through the die cut machine. I have the Gemini Junior set up behind the camera where you can't see, unfortunately. And so I'm going to take my plates and get them all aligned. Let's see, how do I do, yes, okay, so I have to remember each time I go to use it how to put my plates together. There we go. I think like that. Let's see what happens. Like I said, I'm using the Gemini Junior, which I love. So glad I decided to get that. It has been so helpful because you don't have to crank. It does it all on its own, and I love that. All right, let's pull this off. Whoops. Thank goodness I tore the purple tape and not my die, or my die cut, I should say. There we go. And now pull this off. I'm just making sure to do it at a very intense angle so that way it does fine. It is a little off center, but not by much, so that will work. So now we're going to switch over to the Pride, and like I said, I'm going to die cut this one a couple of times. I want it like this, yes. Okay, so I'm going to actually cut this a couple of times because I want to give it a really layered effect. So I'm going to pop this through. Make sure to put it the right way. Ooh, it's always important to watch your dies because this one slipped on me. It's not a huge deal. But as you can see, it went a little cattywampus. I've got to keep all of these parts. Ooh, this didn't make it all the way through the paper. All right, so it looks like I'm gonna have to run this one through a couple of times whenever I do this. It's okay, this can be a bottom layer, I'm not too worried about it. But it looks like I need to make sure that I'm really running it through like once or twice. Instead of just running it through once. This is a new die, so it happens. It's not a big deal. All right, so I'm gonna run it through again. I thought it sounded like it fell for a moment. I thought it had fallen. But all I'm doing is just poking out, because I need these pieces whenever I assemble it again. I'm off camera. I was putting it under the light instead of under the camera. That was a dumb move, Ian. It's all right. So poke this out. There we go. All right. So there's one, and I have the little bits. I'm going to put this back through. Now, a tip for if you have dies that are, oh, it shifted, darn it. Yeah, it sure did. It worked better, but it shifted, so I'm getting a double, like, ghosted image. So that's not going to work. Shoot. That's okay. I'm going to flip my plate over. It's one of the things you're supposed to do each time you run it through. You're supposed to flip it over. I'm really bad about remembering to do that. All right, I'm going to put this through. I'm actually reversing and running it through. I did forwards and then backed it up and then forwards again. So hopefully this time it will not have shifted. Yeah, that helped a lot. Still not 100% perfect, but it's better. So I'm pulling out my little innard pieces. All right, so there's our second one. And then I just need to find these inner pieces. Make sure I hold on to those. Let's see, here it is. I'm keeping those because I will need them whenever I go to assemble it. And now, so I've got 2 layers. I think I'm going to go, I could really make it pop up, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and move on to my top layer. And I'm kind of thinking, what if I did the top layer? I don't know. Should I do the top layer, like, should I do the top layer as holographic and then behind it with the glitter? Oh yeah, let's do that. I think I'm gonna do that. So I'm gonna take my holographic one. And what is this one? Let's see if this piece is big enough. Ooh, just too short. Just a hair too short. So I'm gonna take a bigger piece. Yeah, let's do this one. Yeah, that should work well. I'm going to trim it down just so that way I'm not pushing, like the unused parts. I really don't want them to go through the die cutting machine because a lot of times it will leave impressions and stuff from the cutting plates, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to take this. Take this, take that, put that right there, put this on top, and then throw the whole thing through the machine. I'm not literally going to throw it through, but you know what I mean. So I'm going to put that through, let that die cut. This cardstock, the holographic cardstock, cuts really nicely. Oh, look at that. That's a lot of fun. It usually cuts really nice. Yeah, this is coming apart really nicely. So perfect. If I wanted to, I could keep the letters, the inside parts. Yeah, the cardstock, the white cardstock just must have been not great quality cardstock, because this is coming apart beautifully with no hassle. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really, really fun. Pop out my center little bits. There we go. Yeah, this is good choice, Ian. Good choice. Look how fun that is. It's not coming across on camera like it does in real life. It is a lot of fun. That's for sure. Okay, now it's time to die cut our shadow layer. So I'm going to grab my glitter cardstock, glitter paper. And this piece is too small, so obviously I don't want that. There we go. Oh, perfect. Look at that edge right there, just the perfect size. I'm going to trim off the excess that I won't be using. I'm just going to use a little tape to make sure it really stays where I want it to stay. So that way it doesn't come flying off as it's going through the machine. I don't see any extra parts hanging off the edge there, so that should be good. I'm going to pop that through the die cutting machine. Yeah, This is a lot of fun. It's not coming across on camera like it is in real life. It looks so good in real life. All right, let's flip this over. Whoa, what's going on? Well, that was weird. Like stuck to my magnet sheet. Perfect. All right, let's pop this off. Oops, it landed on the floor. Pick that up later. Pop this out of the die. It's really sticking in the die for some reason. Can't wait to see how it turns out. You and me both. All right, there we go. Look how fun that is. That's a lot of fun. Okay. Let's put this off to the side. And we'll start putting our little pieces together. This is where my new glue tube comes into action. Poke out this piece right here. There we go. There we go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue. I'm going to take, this is part of the back. I'm just going to do dots of glue on the back. This will give me time to also wiggle it and get it into place. First impressions, literally the first time I'm ever using this, first impressions, loving the tip because it is very precise. There are some of those metal tips out there, and those are nice for sure because they give you like really small dots of glue. But the problem that I have with those is that they clog. They clog really easily, and so I end up with just glue everywhere, or no glue a lot of times. A lot of times they clog up where I can't get the glue to come out. So this will dry clear, so I don't have to worry about if it like comes out on the edges. It's not a big deal. Woo. I am having to learn how much pressure to use because too much pressure, you get too much glue. So I'm learning how much pressure to use. All right, last one, there we go. All right, so now we're gonna take our piece and put it on top. And I do have that wiggle room, that wiggle time, so I can adjust it. There we go. There's the first one on. So now let's work on getting my next layer on top. Again, I'm going to do the same thing that I just did. It's got a little bit of warpage going on. Whoa, that was way too much. Let's see if I can spread that out. Want to hit the areas that are on the edges, but also those like intersection areas, since they have a little more space there in the intersection of the word, makes it easier to get to. You can put more glue there, basically is what I'm saying. Oops, too much, too much. Spread it out, spread it out. There we go. Spread out the glue when it gets to be a little too much. There we go. All right, so now I'm going to put my holographic on top. And again, I have that kind of time to wiggle everything around. Oops, got a little glue on top, so I'm going to rub that off because I don't want anything to, whoops, block the holographic. It looks like that this rubs off very easily. Like I don't have to worry about it too much. So that's great. All right, there we go. I'm going to set that off to the side. I'm going to work on these inner pieces. These are going to be harder because they are tinier. There we go. What we do for our craft, right? Let me see if I can even get this zoomed in. Hey, welcome. Let's go close-up cam. So you can see like this is super tiny and hard to get perfectly aligned. So now I'm gonna move over and it sticks to your fingers apparently. Goodness gracious. Stay there, all right. Do a little more glue. I think there's an air bubble trapped in there, and that's why it is kind of gluing everywhere. I know, I haven't been around a lot lately. I've had a lot of other things going on and been doing a lot more quilting and sewing lately, more than working on cards and stuff. So, yeah. But I figured I'd jump on here today and kind of remedy that a little bit. Yeah, George and Ken have not been very active lately. I heard a rumor that they are going to be making a comeback sometime in the near future. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I know that I have been just super busy. I've just been, oh, I'm not even on camera. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm not even on camera. I've just been super busy with a lot of projects, and like I said, the quilting has been kind of taken over for me, sewing and quilting. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of that. At the start of the video, I showed off my newest project that I just got finished. And yeah, I don't know. I like making cards. But I'm going to be honest, I just haven't been in the mood to make them lately. This new stamp set from Kathy Zildsky and Simon Says Stamp kind of reinvigorated me a little bit. Crafts by Two. Vanessa, their channel is Crafts by Two. So yeah, I've kind of felt uninspired to make cards and work on cards. So that's why you see a lot more. I've also been working with Cotton Cuts on their Puzzle Mystery Quilts, which those are so much fun. I'm really having a great time with them. But they take up a lot of time. doing that, which I'm not complaining about. I actually really like doing that. So I just haven't really been doing too much other stuff. And I'm off camera again. Great YouTubing, Ian. When you're off camera and your audience can't see what you're doing. All I'm doing is just gluing, guys. It's nothing super exciting. Just gluing. I am really liking this glue pen though. This is a really great thing, and I love that the nozzle is hopefully not going to get clogged like those metal ones do. Oops. Stuck to my finger. So I'm going to try and rub some of this glue off because I want the paper to shine through, not the glue. It's nice because just the friction of my finger helps to remove it. So is it perfect? No. But is it at least better? Yes. All right, so there we go. So now we're going to go ahead and attach that. See, this really shows off the glitter a lot better. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my pop-up, put some glue on it. And I want to put a little extra glue because I am gluing onto glitter paper, and so I really want to make sure that it's going to stick down. Because, you know, glitter paper has some texture to it, and so because of that, I want to make, like those valleys and hills, I really want to make sure that I'm getting some glue in there, so that way it has something to adhere to. Right? And you don't have to go crazy with your glue. You can do little dots like I'm doing. Just a little something to get it going. You haven't made a card in a while? Yeah, COVID has been an interesting time. I'm going to be honest with y'all. COVID has been a very interesting time, and a lot of things have changed. All right, so I'm going to lay this down. And don't worry, guys, it is going to dry clear. So if any of it kind of pushes out the sides, it will, in theory, dry clear. There we go. That looks pretty good. Let's put on the inside of the P. I just got to be careful and not step on it, because then I'd be stepping on P. I know, I'm 5. It's fine. It's fine. I need my... Oh, I'm gluing it to my finger. Don't do that. There we go. I was going to get my tweezers, but it decided to glue itself to my finger, so kind of had to go without it, but I think it ended up in the perfect spot, so that's no big deal. Oops. Oops. Pushed it a little too far down. That looks better. I've got some glue here that I'm going to rub off. That's better. And then we're going to put the inside of the D on. There we go. Maybe a hair, just a little more right there. Just a little dot. Perfect. There we go. So now I'm going to grab one of my acrylic blocks. Vanessa says, I have projects that I have worked on and left alone because I don't have the feel for them. I have to feel for a project or it's bye-bye until I get a feeling for it. I'm right there with you. Like, yeah, I'm right there with you on that. All right, so I'm just going to put that acrylic block on there for a minute. Make sure that everything's really well pressed down, just like so. We're going to go back to this camera so that way you can see more. That came out really nice. Love how that came out. So now let's take this. I'm going to let that set for just another minute. I really want to make sure it is as pressed down as it's going to be. I'm going to take my rainbow here, add some foam adhesive behind it. There we go. Put that in my trash pile. Oh, I don't know why I'm pulling the backing paper off yet, because I've got to... getting ahead of myself, but that's all right. I'll set that off to the side. No, don't stick to my tabletop. Seriously? It was ready to stick. It just flew over there. Goodness gracious. All right. Here's my card. This is going to be kind of more of a simple, clean and simple card. I'm just removing some more glue that I see. I want to get it all cleaned up, nice and shiny. All right, so I think if I put that there, I gotta stand up for this part so that way I can look over my project. Y'all already have a bird's eye view. I do not. Stop it. Yeah. What do you think, guys? I think that looks really good. So I'm gonna stick that down right there. I'm gonna flip this over. We'll grab some foam adhesive. See, I think if I do it this way, I'll get 2 on there. I am almost out of these foam adhesive bricks, pieces. I don't know what to call them. This actually may do them in, which is fine. I need to honestly get more. Vanessa says, lovely. Awesome. Let's see, can I do... There we go. All right. Pull these off. There we go. I don't have a T-square, so I can't make sure that it's like 100%, but I always go for, I want it to be a finished card rather than a perfect card, you know? So I want to make sure that I'm finishing it rather than I want a card that's finished and ready to go in the mail rather than sitting here for too long futzing with it, you know? Vanessa says you can get foam mounting tape from the Dollar Tree. I will have to check that out. I feel like it needs something. But I don't know what. Celebrate happy. Yeah, off Kilter is better than a perfect card. That is correct. I'm trying to decide. If I want to add, which I probably should have done before I put that down. Because now this might interfere. What if I did Love is Love? That, yeah, so my die cut is higher than my stamp. So that might be a problem. We're going to try an experiment. We're just going to play with it and see what happens. I'm going to set this over here for a second. Celebrating love is a great thing to put on a card. You are absolutely correct. Like I said, I'm going to experiment here. Don't know if this is going to work. Got to flip it around so that it's... So that way I can see it. Let's see. So it looks like it's centered. See if I can pick this stamp up. Can I pick it up? No, I can't. I can. All right, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for it. I don't know what's going to happen, guys. We're going to go for it. Beth, hi. I'm just here for a peek. I'm at work. Love you and your channel. Thank you so much, Beth. I appreciate that. It's good to have you peek in and see what's going on. All right, we're going to go for it. Cross your fingers, guys. I don't know if this is going to work. Tuesday Morning has card making supplies from time to time. Yes, they do. I've actually seen that. I don't know. I kind of feel like I have a lot and I don't know that I want to spend more money. And then I say that as I've purchased the dies for this stamp set, and I also bought Kathy Zilski's, what is it, Sassy Sayings, I think? I can't remember. Oh, it worked! Holy cannoli! It worked. I was worried, guys. I was really, really worried. But it did okay. All right. Dry off my hands. Make sure that I don't touch the paper with wet hands. All right, there we go. Oh, guys, look at that. Oh, that's fun. That's a lot of fun right there. Love that. All right. So that's going to do it for this card, I think. I still have yet to find my made by the Off-Kilter Crafter stamp. I don't know what happened to it. But there we go. Beth is giving me an applause. Thank you so much. That's so much fun. This turned out so awesome. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. All right, there we go. So there's our card for today. It turned out, I had no idea what direction we were going with today. And it's kind of fun just to go crazy and, you know, start putting stuff together and seeing what happens. This came out wonderfully, though. I love it. I really love it a lot. All right. So that's going to do it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Again, sorry that I'm not showing my face. I need to figure out a way that I can do this setup where you can actually see my face. I just don't want to show y'all everything behind me, the mess behind me. So we'll get there. Still working on it. Still doing cards. Let me know what you think in the comments below. And if you're catching this on the replay, make sure to turn those notifications on so that way you get notified every time I go live here on YouTube or post a new video, because I do that as well. Hope everybody has a great day, and I will see y'all next time.